On today's episode of Beauty Behind the Brand, we have Aimee, the founder of Wink and Wave. I've been dying to get her on. She has such a unique business plan when it comes to beauty and how she's really pivoted and changed the beauty industry for anyone and everyone. I loved this conversation and I feel like she's actually someone I know personally, so it makes the conversation so easy. And it also gives you some insight as the listeners on something that might interest you in your business and or someone else who also needs these services done. She's growing on a global scale. She's looking to just conquer the world, which I absolutely love her passion and her drive. And she's got some great insight on the beauty industry. So let's dive into this episode. Okay, I'm excited to have you on, Aimee, because I actually know you, which is great. Not a lot of our guests we have on, I actually have met in person. So there's so many things we can talk about today. We were just talking about how you're technically in tech when you're applying to grants, and you're also building a brick and mortar actual physical location as well for people to come in and get beautified. So let's talk about your story. What kind of got you into the beauty industry?
Well, it was great to see you today too, Nicole. I know we've been wanting to connect over this podcast for some time, and I'm glad that we finally were able to. But yeah, so I was in the television industry for over 15 years, and at that point, I thought, you know what, I want to do something on my own. I want my own business. I had a lot of duties in that industry and took care of a lot of things. So I knew a lot about business behind the scenes and how to start one up and what was it entailed. So I started taking night courses, and from there, I thought I'm going to open something on the side and kind of see how it goes. And I still kept my full-time job in television. With the contacts that I had in TV, I was connected very closely with like different makeup artists, fashion designers, hairstylists, and a bunch of like super awesome women. And so I was like, I have all these great women at my fingertips that I know that I could do something even more with. So it started with me taking night courses, and then my sister had her first child, and I saw how difficult it was for her to go and have any services done, like just getting her nails done or a quick haircut. Like, why are you putting yourself last? Like, you shouldn't have to take your child to a nail salon just to like maintain your, beauty or just to, like, feel good about yourself, right? And so I said, why isn't there something that comes to your home? I'm sure a million moms are in this situation, and just women in general that are super busy. So that's kind of where the whole idea spawned from. And so right away we just started serving clients in their homes, and I brought on a few women that I had worked with in the TV industry and trusted and loved. And we just kind of slowly grew our team organically through people that we knew. And being in that industry, it was really easy to start doing like on camera hosts and different things like that. So it took off pretty quickly. And I think a lot faster than a lot of my family members and friends thought. And the question was always like, do you think you could actually have this as a full-time job? And I was like, well, I'm going to prove it. So after like, getting the company kind of through its like growing stages, first couple of years, after 3 years, I was like, okay, I think I'm at a place where I can leave my full-time TV job. And this is going to become like my world. And so in 2017, we incorporated officially and really like got our website developed and the software behind it to become even better, like easily bookable mobile. And our goal was by 2020 to try to expand into the US. And by 2020, the world stopped, we'll call it. And from there, we were shut down, and I didn't know kind of where our next, step was going to be. And just naturally, as we grew, we started to serve obviously like the Muskoka area, the GTA, and Collingwood. And at that point, was we were opening back up, we had different hotels contact us and say, "Hey, can you serve our clients in their suites?" So we're like, "Yeah, why not? We can go to hospitals, we can go to people's homes. Why not come to hotels?" So now we have, I don't know, almost 10 hotels that we oversee services at. And from there, it's grown into a huge corporate wellness group booking side of the business. So not only are we in people's homes, and that's where we started, and that's how people know us, but now since COVID, most corporations have a corporate wellness program. And we've really started to grow our wellness side, not just beauty. So we offer yoga, RMT massage, body scrubs, hot stone, like all different kinds of things. And we thought like, yeah, why not? So right away we just started doing different group bookings with corporate partners, and now we're doing over 3 a week, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, like all over Ontario. And um repeat clients that are booking us on a monthly basis because they know how important it is to for mental health, right? And just giving back to their staff, whether it's like a quick 15-minute or 30-minute chair massage, or we do like beards and brows and they all come in on their lunch break and get whatever service. But yeah, so like any kind of thing you like we can dream of, we can do. And yeah, the team just keeps growing. And so just this, I guess, past 2 months, one of our partners, the Miskoka Beer Spa, they said to us, "Hey, we're buying the Bala Bay Inn in Muskoka, and would you guys like to and be interested in bringing a spa there? And it will be about 1,000 square feet." And I was like, yeah, like why not? Like we can do all of that. We've been so familiar with doing stuff in hotels now for some time that it seemed like a natural fit. And we have a really great partnership with Greg and Melissa and his team that we work so well together and have, the same goal and vision. And we thought, yeah, like let's do this. And so we're bringing our first like real spa that we're designing and doing to Bala Bay Inn, and it will open this summer.
That's amazing. And what is your experience like? So if someone's looking to work with you and wanting to be like a massage therapist or a nail tech or something like that, what is kind of that transition for them to come work with you if they let's say are trying to get into the beauty world and they're like, I want to work for a company that's literally all the mission and the statement you just said of like that wellness, helping others. They don't want to work at the same spot every day. They want to have some variety and move around a little bit in the industry. How does someone come work for Wink and Wave?
So we're always putting out job postings, whether it's on like Muskoka 411 or Indeed or LinkedIn, or even like social media, like on our Instagram. I always say, like, in this industry, we're always hiring, right? We're
Yes.
always growing. And if we aren't in that position yet, we will bring on the staff to be in that position. So, and in word of mouth, like, honestly, all of our technicians are amazing. And a lot of them have come to us through, hey, my friend works with you guys. Um, can I join the team? And a lot of the women that have come to work with us are currently maybe at a salon or spa or, center of some sort doing, their job, and they want something more fulfilling, whether it's like being in a group environment, doing group events, having more of like a personal one-on-one connection with our clients. I can say, like, even personally, I've had become so many good friends through our clients and meeting all these women and hearing their stories. And I think really the women that work with us love that personal connection and the creativity that comes along with it, being able to do like all these group events and just like meeting the different types of people that they probably wouldn't have met being in a salon or wherever, allows them to have a different experience. And they we have like so much ability for growth if people are like, hey, I'm interested in taking this course to start adding this on as like, another service. We will fully like support them and, help them grow. And the other great thing is like all of our technicians build their own schedules, so
Amazing. Hmm.
they can have a full-time job or a part-time job or whatever, have be a mom and look after their kids and choose their hours. Hey, maybe it's just like 10 to 2 because their kids are in school and they got to do pick up and drop off, right? And that's the great thing is that like we don't have a minimum of how many hours you got to work. We just want you to be part of our team and we want to help you and we want to like grow our community, right? And I think all of us have the same mission of like, hey, we just want people to start to feel better about themselves.
Hey there, beauty enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level and dive into the world of lash lifts, tints, and brow laminations? Look no further than Miskoka Beauty online courses. With Miskoka Beauty, you'll learn the artistry of lash lifts and tints and master the technique of brow laminations, all from the comfort of your own home. Plus, each course comes with a full kit included, ensuring you have everything you need to succeed. And here's the best part. Our listeners get an exclusive offer. Use promo code podcast10 to save 10% off any online course at Miskoka.com. So why wait? Elevate your beauty game today with Miskoka Beauty online courses. Visit Miskoka.com and enroll now.
Especially after everything that's happened. I think that's like super important. And when we leave after seeing a client and like we get a text or like a Google review of like, hey, you know what? Like you coming like to my home to do my lashes and me waking up the next morning has made me feel like so much more like myself. And shoot, like we get those comments all the time. Then it's like, that's why we do this, right? Like it's so rewarding and just like knowing that you can like spread that kind of love, I think is so important.
Yeah, and making it accessible, like even someone who may not be mobile. I think of that as well with some of our clients and some house calls that I used to do all the time is like I used to have to go to them and they were just so appreciative of us
Mm.
being able to go in because they weren't mobile to be able to leave their home or they didn't have someone to be able to drive them. There's just so many things that to be able to get pampered, like you even use your sister as an example too. I know so many busy moms that just can't get a break to leave in the driving time and the time in their schedule. So that is, I think it's such a great thing that you can make beauty accessible for anybody.
Yeah. And also like since the pandemic, we've noticed, I mean, we were always in hospitals, but now we're in hospitals weekly, sometimes daily. And I think that there's such a shortage of PSWs that we're getting called, hey, can you just come and give like my mom a foot massage and trim her nails?
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah, like I remember my grandmother being in a home and my mom going there painting her nails just because we didn't have the help, right?
Mhm.
And obviously she loved spending the time with her, but like, yeah, there's such a shortage that like we have our team right now in Toronto at a hospital doing haircuts at a hospital. And yeah, so it's really changed since COVID, but I think the change has been even more awesome and not like at all planned or thought of. And that's the kind of cool thing about this business is that it's constantly changing, and not because I'm creating the change, but like the people, our clients, are dictating the change and kind of forcing us into different areas where we're like, yeah, let's do that. Why not? Right.
Mhm. And I think because you're allowing even for your staff as well to be able to want change, they want to see that personal change and development. We really believe in that with our location as well. Like we hire a lot of younger, just kind of starting into their beauty aesthetics world. And I love when we can like mold them into what they kind of have that expectation of themselves, and we can actually make it happen for them. And if they are at that point where they are able to go and open their own business, I'm like, I've done my part. I've given them enough success and willing that they do want to continue that dream of being an entrepreneur, starting their own business. Now, when you're hiring, like I hire my employee, they're like employees through us. Now, is it contract, or do they get different ways that they work with you as well, Aimee? Or what's the
So
best way of
everyone's a
structuring?
contractor.
Okay, perfect.
So everyone dictates their own hours, availability, what areas they want to work. Um, and or if they're just event based, some of them will just do events. So it's very different depending on what
On the
service
person.
you're doing and who they are. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's also good too, because it gives them that unique, like whoever has that unique situation, like you were saying, with their scheduling, or if they're a mom that still wants to work in the beauty industry, but they can't do that, the like Tuesday to Saturday hours that work in a normal day spa.
And the thing is, like, I hire a lot of women that are, have been in the industry for a long time and aren't juniors, that are self-sufficient, don't want to be micromanaged, know how to look at their calendars and know, like they're kind of like, leave me alone. Just, I'll do my job and I'll send you all the awesome photos and I'll be at every event. And like, I never have to be like, hey, are you going to your client today? Like that would never happen.
Mm-hmm.
That our staff are awesome. Like they're very they're doers. They're energetic and very eager and really want to be like part of the growth.
Mhm. It sounds like too, when I feel like when someone's a contract worker as well, it's their own business in a way, right? So they're like, if I fail or if I don't show up for my client, that's
That's
reflected on
my
me. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And they all know that, and I think they love that, right? Like, I mean, coming from the TV industry, I'm so used to contract workers because that's all what we were. So I think, like, especially when it comes to being like service providers, that's typically like what everyone is, because everyone's kind of working at multiple jobs, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 100%. Yeah, definitely. Now, when it comes to the exciting new launch of actually having that brick and mortar location as well, are you looking at kind of continuing that spa menu as well there, where you can kind of have they're in control of what services they're wanting, or are you going to have like an exact kind of menu for those clients coming in?
So that's all being determined right now. We're definitely going to be offering manis, pedis, massages, facials, um, probably yoga as well
Oh,
as we have
awesome.
the space. Yeah. So how it's going to be booked, we're still kind of figuring what that will look like, whether it's walk-ups, whether it's booking online. The thing is, we do have another actual spa location, which some people don't know about, and it's in Collingwood, and
Okay.
it's at another hotel. It's called the Georgian Bay Hotel.
Okay. Good to know. Okay.
So that's kind of been our test before this. However, we acquired a pre-existing spa. So it wasn't like we designed it and created it. It's like we brought our staff in to facilitate, all of the appointments. So it's been a little bit of my baby, but not fully like how this is going to be. So I think this will be super awesome and a very different experience. But yeah, so we're just trying to figure out what all of the services will be, but it'll be close to what we already offer in Muskoka.
That's
So
amazing. I love the pair with yoga. To be honest, if I had a bigger space, I feel like that's just such a holistic wellness. It all just pairs together. And everyone that I do yoga with also does spa. It just like works so well together. I think that's such a great idea. And we need something in that area in Muskoka. There really isn't much going on in that kind of wellness world, especially for
no,
the cottagers to be able to drive there and the locals to be able to have that kind of halfway point instead
year
of having to
round.
drive somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what we were saying. And a lot of people will want to come, they're coming with their friends, whether it's like a bachelorette weekend or just like a women's, weekend away or whatever it is, right? So it's like, hey, you know what? You can come here for the day. You can do yoga, you can have massages, you can get manis and pedis. And like that's like all in one location, which is pretty awesome.
I love
And then
that
we're
so
also
much.
gonna have like a shuttle where you can take a shuttle from the Muskoka Beer Spa over to Muskoka Bay, or Balabayan, sorry. So they can go in between two locations, which is pretty neat too.
Oh, also, if they want a beer as well, then right? It kind of comes hand in hand. Then you have someone driving you. I love that. With inquiring, like you had mentioned, inquiring another spa location, that's always something that we've always wanted to have someone on talking about that as well. Was it a spa that was like selling, or they were just wanting someone to kind of roll into taking over it, like the day to day, or was it like a full purchase?
So right now there seems to be a common issue among hotels where they are having trouble staffing and running their spas. And that attributes to a lot of things, whether it's finding the right staff, paying them adequately, um, and also just having the right spa director probably overseeing it. And the way that we've created our model of, hey, we're not going to have somebody standing in a spa 24/7 waiting for clients. We're going to have them pre-book, and the esthetician meets that client there. It seems to be much more feasible for most hotels because they're not having to have that like cost
Mhm.
that's huge for, a front desk manager, a spa director, and all the other staff that comes with it. So when we started to kind of pitch this, everyone's like, "Oh my god, you guys are saving me a ton of money, and, this is an added value to our clients staying at the hotel." It's really a win-win for both of us, and, I think that more hotels are coming to us now seeing like, oh, how successful it is working, and, everyone's coming back saying that they loved it and it was easy. You just may not be able to get day of appointments pending. I mean, usually we're fully booked anyway, but yeah, so it's worked out super well. And that's how it's been with like, so Muskoka Bay Resort, we do Wildwood Resort, um, we do the beer spa, we do Taboo, the Georgian Bay Hotel in Collingwood, um, JW Marriott. So it's been amazing. And like hotels can call us and say, hey, we have clients coming there this weekend and we don't have availability in our spa. Can you help us out? And yeah, why not? Right? Like,
That's amazing. Yeah. Sometimes you need a little pick me up midday, and I'm not talking about another coffee. I'm talking about my Sage Peppermint Roller. I can't live without this thing. It's literally sitting on my desk right here. Whether I'm jumping into a podcast or I need to focus on doing some admin, I just do a little roll on my temples, sometimes even take a deep breath, and I just feel like I'm ready to do anything. Not to mention, we also use Sage products at our spa location. We love the liquid sunshine as our aromatherapy when coming into the spa. We love using any eucalyptus within our towel caddies, and even just in treatment to be able to really bring in and hone in that whole experience when being at the spa. So if you're interested in trying Sage or you're just wanting a discount, make sure you click the link below because you definitely want to get in on this exclusive discount that we offer on this podcast of Beauty Behind the Brand. And thank you so much for listening. And I'm going to share some key takeaways on some more episodes of why I love Sage and how we also use it in our day to day. Problem solving for them.
for sure. And I said to like a lot of the spas or hotels around here, look, like you can use us as a backup. If you guys are like fully booked or, can't get the staff in, call me. And like we are around the corner and available. So, and because all of our staff are mobile, we're always kind of in the area, right? So yeah, it's been a really successful I don't know, I plan, I guess you want to call it, to grow. And I think that the change of scenery is also great for our staff because it's like where are they going to be today? You know, it's very
Yeah, no, exactly. That was something that I always kind of, when I was working in the treatment room still, that was kind of my thing. It's like, oh my gosh, it's the same day. Yeah, I have different clients, but it's like this, it feels like the same day every day, which I know some of my staff absolutely love that aspect of the job because they don't like change. So they love that. But I know exactly what you mean. It's nice to kind of have that the surprise on a day-to-day basis of like, oh, where am I going to be today, and meeting new people, working in different spaces, kind of taking a bit of everything in and what works, and they can kind of take different ideas and also maybe even pitch them to you of different things that might work at a certain spa or at a hotel, where then they can start offering that at your new location.
totally. And like another awesome thing is that, yeah, we have like our Muskoka team, we have our Collingwood team, and we have our GTA team. But when it comes to events, we'll say, hey guys, we're going to be in this location, whether it's like, you know, the Rogers Center with the Blue Jays or something, who wants to be a part of it? And like, I would say all of our Muskoka team always wants to come. So they all end up
Oh,
coming and they love it. It's like, you know, I'm going to the city for the day. I get to meet some like awesome, you know, sports celebrities and like get a change of scenery. So, and like right now we're heavily in the ladies' day ski days. So every Friday we're at a different ski resort doing ladies' day. And so we're offering things like manis, pedis, foot soak scrubs, hair, makeup, and they're all like themed different things. So it'll be like Barbie theme or the housewives theme or après ski kind of theme. And so next Friday we're at Osler and Craigleith doing two different ladies' days there. So we bring our team and just divide it into two and are there for the whole day, and it's always wild and super fun. But yeah, so it's those events. Like I always get a text from a few different technicians after being like, that was so awesome. And it just gets them like energized of us all being together and like seeing these ladies all having fun and just being creative, right? Like especially with the themes, it's so fun because it's like, okay, we had one that was like 70s theme, and we were looking up like 70s makeup and hairstyles and like, right? So it's just like, oh, the possibilities and things that we get to do are really like super creative.
even the nail art, because I think I remember seeing online when you guys did the Blue Jays, and some of the nail art your girls can do is just incredible.
Yeah, like we do a lot of logos, right? Especially for corporate stuff. So yeah, we were doing the Blue Jays logos on all the Blue Jay wives, and that like has gone viral so many times. I feel like we've done it. We do it every year and they love it and it's awesome. And we have we have like nail technicians and then nail artists, and our nail artists are like incredible.
That's
We're doing
amazing.
an event actually coming up with Jillian Harris. So we're going to be doing some nail art and stuff with them.
Amazing, amazing. And I love because it's like Canadian. Like obviously she's Canadian as well, but it's like you're kind of putting no borders on it, where you're like, yes, we're mobile, but not just like doing spa. We're doing corporate events, like you're saying, you're getting into sports teams, getting into some of these influencer marketing campaigns as well, which then creates great content for you and your brand.
Yeah, definitely. Like another partner of ours is Jane's Cottages, and they're up in Muskoka, and they take care of all the vacation properties. And so we'll go in as part of their concierge service and provide, you know, yoga, massages, you know, whatever have you. And I had a few of her clients, and they were from Florida, and they're like, we need you guys in Florida. And I've been wanting to like expand the company into the US. And so my aunt also lives in Naples in Florida. And I thought this past November, I think this time is like the best time to start to think about growing. So by
Mhm.
maybe next winter, we can say we're there. So I spent all of November and January opening up the business in Naples, Florida now. And so we just got like our LLC and you know, all the things that go behind it. and we're just starting to hire this come spring to probably be open and running by fall winter of this year.
Well, everyone I know that's basically in Muskoka also has a place in Naples, it seems. So, like, my in laws are there, for example. So, I always think about that. That is like, it's funny because we sell a lot of our lash glue or adhesives and stuff to actually the client sometimes because they want to take it down to their lash girls down south. So, that is such a great idea of seeing that vision of like, we're serving these people all summer long here in Canada. What about in the winter? Because it comes hand in hand and they're wanting your services and there's really nothing like that. It's like you're innovating the new way of doing spa, which I
Mhm.
love that.
Yeah. So when I was down there, opening a business in the US is very different than in Canada. Um, and you need to have like a business license for pretty much every service that you're adding to your roster. So we're going to start slowly with massage therapy. It seems to be a super popular one, especially with their older crowd. And they don't have that mobile ability there, and it's not popular. So when I was spending time there this winter, everyone's like, "Are you there yet? Can we book you?" I'm like,
Oh, I love
"Yeah,
that.
it's awesome that we already have like a community like there waiting for us." So we're super eager and like nervous, but also that's like another cool thing that's, in the works. So we've got a lot on our plate right now.
But I love that. I feel like you're always so determined. Like that's something that I just love about you, Aimee, is that you're always looking for the next thing. Like you've really created something that is working, obviously. It's been doing amazing. And then it's creating something, the opportunity for people to work for you and with you, as well as for people that are actually the consumer of your business. It's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, totally. And I don't know, my parents have always like raised me as like there's nothing that you can't do, and like why not try anything, cuz like you won't know until you've done it, right? And so they've been like huge supporters and like pushers of me, just like, hey, you know what? The possibilities are endless and let's see where this goes. So yeah, it's been great to have them as good support.
Amazing. As my last question too, I usually like to talk about with entrepreneurs is, so when you were talking about how you're more of like a tech, so when you're applying for grants and things like that, for all the interviews I've had lately, we've been talking about grants and raising money, which is actually funny. It wasn't even supposed to be like that, but that's where everyone's been kind of within their entrepreneur journey. You were saying that you were raising as tech is it because of the app specifically, or can you give a little bit more detail about that part of the business?
So yeah, when you're looking at grants, there's going to be obviously many different angles you can go for, right? So during the pandemic, I applied for a grant. It was Visa Canada partnered with I Fund Women. And I Fund Women is an American company that are huge supporters of female businesses.
Okay,
And
yeah.
if you are an entrepreneur and you haven't heard of them, you should definitely join their team. They are super awesome. And so it was funny, my cousin sent it to me and she was like, "You should apply for this." And I was like, "I haven't ever applied for a grant. I really don't know what I'm doing, but sure." And I remember it was like midnight and I did my video and it had to be like whatever 5 minutes long, and it was about, yeah, female businesses and like what are you doing that's different. And so I pitched it and I won, and it was great. So Visa was behind us and we got a lot of great like advertising out of it, financial support, as well as like a business coach for a year through I Fund Women. And so that was kind of like our first, getting our feet wet with grants. And I created a video pitching our company for potential more investors to be a part of. So that still lives on the I Fund Women website. And then now, since COVID's gone, I've looked at more grants more recently, and pitched us as a technology company because if it weren't for our app booking system, we wouldn't be a company, right? So
Mhm.
our website and our booking app is crucial to our business. And so when people are like, oh, well, what is your business? Well, we're actually technology. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we do a service and it is health and wellness, but we are a tech company. So I think just looking at your business in different ways is really important because people will just be like, oh no, you're like a beauty company. And it's actually like, no, actually, we're not. I'll tell
Mhm.
you what we are. So I think that there's just different avenues that you can look at on how you can grow and how you can get support. Right now, we're working with a company just doing the CDAP grant. But yeah, there's a lot of like government grants available, especially for female entrepreneurs that a lot of people don't know about. And there are grant writers out there that you can hire to help you because it is time consuming and challenging getting through them.
Oh my gosh, some of the ones, like I did one just locally here when I had first started my business, Miskoka Futures. That was like 9 years ago. So they did different ones for like young entrepreneurs or female entrepreneurs, and they would do different ones. But we got, I think it was like a $5,000 grant. But the thing I took most value was the mentor, actually having a mentor, because you can't put a dollar value on someone who's able to help you. Like that alone, he was the finance guy because that is not my expertise at all. I'm more of the creative type. So he was amazing, like to how to actually set up a person, like a P&L form, how to be able to talk to your bookkeeper and actually understand and translate what they're talking about and understanding what you need for taxes. That mentorship, you can't put a price on that.
Totally, yeah. Um, uh, Business coaches are very key to like growing your business for sure. And I
Mhm.
think just talking to other entrepreneurs, um, and getting different ideas from them is really helpful because I feel like that's how I've found out anything, right?
Yes, yeah, that network. And I think being around like-minded people, that's why I feel like the podcast has been great. Like I listen to so many podcasts, but then I'm like, wait, I have a really great network within the beauty industry that we other people need to hear your stories, or it might actually give some insight to someone else who's wanting to either work for a company like yours, Aimee, or starting something that might be, okay, am I going to do a mobile business or do I want to do a brick and mortar? Or how do I kind of create something that is needed in the industry no matter where they are?
Mhm. Yeah, totally. And I love coaching other young entrepreneurs. If I see somebody that, hey, like I love what they're doing, whether it doesn't have to be like health or wellness or any beauty, it could be something completely different. But if I just see, hey, you know what, this is like what I see them starting. I have a couple of girlfriends that have started small businesses. And I'll be like, hey, like, can I have a call with you quickly? I'd love to give you some like ideas or like some help or some guidance. And then like, yeah, it's been awesome. I love that because like I have clients that have helped me. And if I can help others like they have helped me, it's important to give
Oh, and
back.
it definitely fills our cup up as well, helping others. 100%. I couldn't agree more. Now, where can everyone find you, Aimee? Where's the best place for people to find social, to book some appointments, to get pampered?
So our biggest, I guess, following is on Instagram. So it's Wink and Wave TO. That covers GTA, Collingwood, Muskoka, or you can go to our website. It's winkandwave.com.
Perfect. Awesome. And we'll put all the show notes below as well. Thank you for spending time with us. I'm so glad we were able to chat. It's been forever too.
I
So I
know.
definitely need to see you in person sometime soon.
I'll definitely stop by. Thanks so much for having us, Nicole.